Okay, so Saxon Course 2, Lesson 5, Place Value in the Trillions, and then Reading and Writing Whole Numbers. So here, I want to know which digit is in the trillions place in this number. Okay, to figure that out, I'm going to have to take this number and place it up here in my place value chart. Okay, so let's put the numbers in. And we're going to be starting from the right, because this is the ones place. So that's going to go in first. Okay, so I have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and then 2, 3. So it wants to know which number is in the trillions place. So I'm going to look. Here's the trillions place. My answer is 2. Okay. On the second one, it wants to know in this number what value is the digit is the 4. So here's my 4. And I need to figure out where it goes. Again, I'm going to put these numbers up into my place value chart. Okay, that's one of the easiest ways to do it. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 3, 7, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4. And since the 4 is what I need, I don't have to finish it, though I will. So the 4 is in the 100 billions place. So I write out 100 billions. Now if I didn't have a handy chart, I can do it by counting. The first 3 numbers are my units, so that's ones, tens, hundreds. After that, it's going to repeat. So the next ones are my thousands place, and then my millions, billions, and then trillions. So the 4, I know is in the billions, because that's what I counted. And then I just have to figure out which place value it is in the billions. So it's billions. So then it's billions. The 7 is the billions. 5 would be 100 billions. And the 4 would be 10 billions and then 100 billions. So 4 is in the 100 billions place. Okay, so the next part is writing numbers in expanded notation. So that's where we take a number and we write each non-zero digit times its place value. So here I have 25,000. So my first number is my 2. So to write it expanded, I'm going to do 2, and I'm going to times it by the place value. So the 2 happens to be in the 10,000s place value. So it's going to be 2 times 10,000. Okay, and then I'm going to add the next place value. So the next one is 5, and it is in the thousands place value, so it's going to be 5 times 1,000. Now the rest of the numbers are zeros, so I don't need to write them because 0 times anything is 0. So this is to write the number in expanded notation. Okay, this next one is writing a number into words. So here I have this big long number. I have to figure out what it is. So I'm going to start on the left and figure out what place value I have. So let's count the place values. So I have units, thousands, millions, billions, and then trillions. So I have 1 trillion. I know that. So I'm going to write 1 trillion. Okay, so that takes care of that 1. Okay, the next part, and then I'm going to put a comma. And I'm going to deal with the millions place, or the billions place. So I have 380 billion. So I'm just going to write that out. 380 billion. We don't put an and, we just put 80 billion. Comma. The next one is the millions place, but I have nothing in the millions place. So I can just go ahead and cross that off because I don't have anything. The next place value is the thousands, and I have 50,000. So I'm going to write out 50,000. Okay, that takes care of the thousands place. Now I have the units, and I have 200. So I'm going to write 200. Okay, and that's how you write it out in words. Now this one, they didn't give us any commas, so I first had to figure out where the commas go. So every third place value, I'm going to put a comma. So I'm going to count, so 1, 2, 3, comma goes between the 5 and the 6. And 1, 2, 3, comma goes between the 3 and the 4. Okay, so I know I have 3,406,521. 521. So that's what I'm going to write. 3 million comma 400, sorry, in words. So 400 6,000 okay, comma 521. Okay, and that would be my answer. With this one, it gives me the number in words, and I need to write it in digits. So 20,510,000,000. So what's going to help is if I draw out kind of a skeleton number line with the places. So I'd have my units, 1, 2, 3, comma, thousands, millions, billions, and then trillions. Okay. And if you want, you can write the numbers underneath. Thousands, millions, billions, and then trillions. This is units. Okay, and I'm going to fill in the numbers. So 20 trillion, well, that's going to be 20 trillion. Okay, 510 million. So it's going to be, so I am going to have 510 million. That means everything else has to be just zeros because I don't have any other numbers. So I'm going to fill in the rest of them with zeros. And that's what my number would look like. Okay, this one using only digits and commas, write 25 million. Again, I might want to draw that skeleton number chart. So we have units, thousands, millions. Okay. So it's 25 millions, so I know that there's nothing in the hundreds place. So 25 millions. And since there's no thousands, no units listed, everything else is going to be a zero. This last one says Terrell and his family traveled 2,400 miles on the summer trip. So when we count out by hundreds, you would say 800, 900, 1000, 1100, and so on. So if it's 2,400, you would write 24 and then have 2 zeros after it for your 100. 2,400. So my answer is actually 2,400. It's just another way to say that number. And that's it for this lesson.